right, here we go. This is the May 1st submitted assignment. Like I said, you need to read it thoroughly. Hopefully you did. There are a lot of questions in here, and hopefully you were paying attention. The whole first page deals with number 1, and then the whole second page deals with number 2. So if we start with question 1, and you can see here, stem and leaf plot, you've got, if you look at the key, a 6 in the stem and a 0 in the leaf gives you 60%. So, highest test score, very easy to read in a stem and leaf plot. It's going to be the last number. That would be a 110%. That's pretty good. Lowest test score is going to be all the way at the front of the stem and leaf plot, 60%. So you can see that the scores range from 110 to 60. And we've got that most students scored what percentage? This is also known as the what? Most students. That would be known as the mode. It's what most people did. Most people scored, and if you look up here, we have 261s, 271s, 272s, 478s. And we've got 478s. That could be the winner there. 286s, 297s, 299s, nothing else. So definitely the most common score was a 78%. 17 students scored higher than the average. What was the average? So, remember, this is how you have to read a stem and leaf plot. There are, unfortunately, this isn't that easy. So you can see, or maybe hear, that I'm getting my laptop out so that I can calculate this. There are a lot of numbers here. Okay, each leaf represents a number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 numbers there. So it is going to take some time. And I would definitely get my calculator out. It would be easier than doing this by hand. So, the other thing is, probably know 17 students scored higher than it, then I could just count back 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So the average is somewhere around there, so it's probably an 82 or something. But to make sure, I am going to type in every single number. So we've got a 60. $61, another 61, 63, 64, 65, 67, 69, 71, 71, 72, 72, 74, 478s, 81, 83, 84, 85, 286s, 92, 94, 97, 97, 98, 299s, 100, 101, 103, 105, and you find out that the median was, or I'm sorry, not the median, the mean, or the average, is an 81.529, and a lot of other decimals, so we could round that up to an 81.5%. Last question. If you remove the 110, what is the new mean and what is the new median? Well, I do know what the old mean was. I don't know what the old median was, but it doesn't actually really ask that in this question. It's just saying what is the new median. So the median's easiest. So remember, I'm going to just cover the 110 because that's what the question's asking. If I remove that, and then you can just cross one in the front, one in the back, one in the front, one in the back, and you can just start crossing these numbers off until you are left. Now notice I go from 100 to 99, not to 92, so you got to go backwards. And on the other end, when I'm counting forwards, I'm going to go from 69 to 71, not 69 to 78. And as I count these, you see that it's in between 78 and 81. So, if the median is in between 78 and 81, remember you add them together, divide by 2, that's going to be a 79.5. The median does not need to represent a number in your data set. It can just happen to be, and in this example, it just happens to be a number that is in between two other numbers. Now, for the new mean, what you can do is you can hopefully just copy all of the numbers that you plugged in already Oh, and now that I look, I actually made a mistake. I forgot to plug in 110 the very first time. So I actually found the new mean. The new mean is 81.5. If I edit what I did the very first time and add that 110, I should be able to find what the mean was supposed to be. Okay, so now it didn't change much. Okay, the mean was originally still in between 81 and 83 like we had thought, but if you're following along, this is incorrect. I forgot to add that 110 in the very first time. So the original average was 82.3. And then you can see that it went down when I removed a high number, so that makes sense. All right, going to the back now. You see a double stem and leaf plot. Some people call it back-to-back double. You may hear some other things. This was in a video earlier this week. Okay, so hopefully you watched that video. Class A deals with all the information on the left. Class B deals with all the information on the right. They share the stems. Okay, they share those. This 6 goes with Class B. It also goes with Class A. So you read left to right in Class B, but you actually read Class A right to left. So it's still 60, 61, 62, 65, 66, 68. You're just reading backwards. So, which class had the student with the highest test score? Well, first I'd want to look at the two highest scores. So our highest in Class B is a 102. Our highest in Class A is a 101. That would mean Class B had the higher test score. I'm going to skip the second question for right now just because it takes a long time to plug all those numbers in. We're going to go to the third question. Which class had a wider range? Remember, range is max, or the highest number, minus min, the lowest number. So for A, we would have 101 minus 60. And for B, we would have 102 minus 60. So since they both had the same minimum, and Class B was 1 point higher than Class A, so which class had a wider range? Class B, by 1 percentage. So let's go back to the second question, because that'll actually help us with the last question. You can do the last question, for the most part, without actually finding out what the number is. So before we do that, though, we got a lot of typing in to do. So I'm going to do this as quickly as I can to save your time. But when you go to find the average, again, you got to type all those numbers in. So 60, 61, and you're going to type all of those numbers in. Here would be a good time, if you want to just fast forward or skip ahead in the video right to the final answer, because there is a lot of information and all I'm doing is typing in the answers, typing in the numbers to find the answer. So it might take me some time. Although, there you go, the Class B, so here's Class A, here's Class B. Class B had an 80.53, and here we go for finding Class A. So not too terribly slow, but again, it wouldn't be a bad idea to skip ahead to the end of the film. When you're doing this in your calculator, you've got to make sure you are very careful when typing in every single number, because if you mess up just one number, it can really mess up the entire thing. And then unfortunately, the only way to check is to try and type in every single number again. So, wow, they are pretty close. Class A, 80.3. Class B, 80.53. So Class B the whole way. Class B had the highest test score. Class B had the higher average, only by a little bit. Class B had the wider range. If you remove the highest test score from each class, which will have the higher mean? We'll think about this. Class B and Class A have very similar high test scores, 102, 101. So it probably won't change the mean that much. However, when we found the means, they were really, really close to begin with. So unfortunately, you are going to have to check this again to see which one it is. You need to just remove the highest score. So in Class B, I'm going to get rid of the 102. That turned Class B's average to a 79.79. In Class A, if I remove their 101, theirs went to a 79.57. So just like I thought, it was by a difference of 0.2 here. Here, still 0.2. So because that high score was really, really similar, that's why taking it out of both classes, it'd still be the same. Either way, however you look at this, when you're checking your answers, every single answer is Class B. Thanks for tuning in.